Next up, you're going to take your piece and you're going to be using colored pencil. Now, we are combining a couple elements of art here. We have shape turned into a form, and then three-dimensional illusion, giving that sense of space. But I'm going to also have you incorporate your value skills. So you can decide from the vanishing point whether you want from the vanishing point on each shape to be from dark to light, and then the face of your shape would be the lightest value, or you could reverse it and the darkest part be your shape and the lightest part be the vanishing point. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one, okay? And I want it to be dark to light. So I'm gonna work with, and you can use overhand grip, okay? And work on that value. Remember, you're drawing from your elbow. I'm just gonna start with a nice value, build up. I can't remember which one I just said. I may change my mind. I'm gonna go dark to light with the face of the shape being the lightest. Now make sure that your area under the table, under your thing, I'm using a messy mat my kids have painted on and I've painted on. So you notice a change here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make this shape. Remember back when we were practicing our value in our sketchbook and we were kind of going edge to edge without stopping and without changing directions? You're gonna go edge to edge. Now, if this is my lightest value, and I can really do little circles, kind of blend right up to that edge of that line. So if this is my lightest value, and then I'm going to make it a little bit noticeably different on the other side. Rotate your pencil every once in a while so you don't have a groove going on. Now notice the texture that's picking up. There's a tooth to the paper that you want it to not smash down. It really helps hold the pencil onto the paper. I'm going back a little bit. Darker. I want mine like really dark. So we have the lightest value, step 2, step 3, and I'm working on building this last one a little bit darker. Again, this overhand grip is really helping me to control that value and get right up next to that line. You can turn it to a little circular, so I'm making these little quick circular oval motions to help blend just where those transitions are. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. A nice value, dark. I could go even a little bit darker if I wanted as it gets close to that finishing point. Really make that value intensified. There we go. All right. And then you're going to continue on through your piece. Okay, so here I've added a few values, and I just wanted to show you more of the steps that I'm taking in order for my light to be the lightest and move to the darkness. So I want to build up my layers with color pencil. You're only using one color, but the face, that's the lightest value. Then you're going to want to, this is a tight spot, so I'm just going to make sure that right up against it, I'm going to put another layer. I'm not adding a whole lot more pressure. Just remember, another layer to distinguish between those two values, so you can kind of see that. I'm going to take that layer all the way down. It gets a little tight close to the edge. Okay, so you can see the difference between the face and then your second value now. And then I'm going to start, give it a little bit of space, and I'm going to start another layer. So it's starting to change value. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget my top little sliver here. Again, this is done by layering. Take it all the way down. And give a little bit more space. I'm going to start an even darker value. This time adding a little bit more pressure. I have purple over here, but this is a slightly different shade of purple. It's a different, this one's called Perma Violet, and the other one was just violet. So if you have a harsh transition, like there should not be a line at any point. So if you had a shape, okay, and then you are doing your value, I should not see value 1, value 2. Like, we're not gonna go back to coloring in those feathering. Okay, so remember our skills that we've been working on to get your values. Okay, so now that I've gotten all my shapes done, I kind of went with a secondary color scheme, but then with pops of blue. Blue and orange are complementary colors, so if you really kind of plan out your colors, sometimes you'll be happier with your overall composition and your finished piece rather than just throwing all these random colors on there. But I mean, really, either way, it's up to you. So next, we are going to be cutting out around all of the shapes. So you're cutting out all of the negative shapes, and you just want negative space, I'm sorry. And you're going to cut just outside of your black line. Now, as it comes to this point, be very careful. And I always cut like towards instead of trying to turn it around. That little tiny piece I can just pop off of there. All right, let's speed this up. Okay, now I have it all cut out, and we're going to get prepared for our next step for making some interest for our background.